Welcome to the Rick. Reality or illusion? Okay, reality it is.
My goddesses, how y'all coming?
My goddess.
I know I'm went above and beyond with my preparation.
How y'all boys coming? Hey, but look, welcome to the Rick. What we talk about? How your thoughts create your reality. How this is your world. But look, man, today we're finna be talking about spirituality and this whole concept behind having to be this perfect spiritual person. Now look, I've already made some TikToks on this, but I'm finna go deeper on this because I want to. Now look, what I mean by being spiritual, how you don't have to be perfect is look, bro, perfect don't even exist. I'm finna just straight up be real with y'all, bro. You gotta think sometimes. Like, look, perfect is determined by the person, the individual. Now, hold on. This might be a long video. I'm finna start from here. We're gonna start from the base of everything. Everything is a perception based upon the person, based upon the individual that is expressing it. Now look, everybody lives lives through their own experience. Everybody is basically, say we playing GTA and everybody is playing single player. But it is a collective. It is a collective. Now, nigga, if you want to go down that path of thinking you the only person here, that's gonna drive you crazy. But look, but at the same time, it really is only you. But don't look at that in the way that makes you feel alone, because you never are alone. But look, everything is a perception based on the person and their experiences. Say me and you, we are both Buddhist monks. Yeah, I'm gonna stop using Christianity so much. We both are still, regardless, gonna have two different perceptions on life. And I'm sure just because we monks, we gonna understand that. But now say that we are Christians. We do all the same practice. We grew up in the same house, everything. Regardless of all of that, we still gonna view God a whole different way. Like, say me, I probably would have view him as some white being in the sky that sits on a throne. Say my brother, he probably view God as he in the sky, but he might view him as he black. Whole time, one day we having a conversation, I asked him, hey bro, what color you think God is? This nigga say he black. But I'd be like, man, he white, cause like on all the pictures in the church, it show that he white. God is white, bro. And then he'd be like, what you mean? You don't be seeing the pictures of Jesus? And then I'd be like, then he'd be like, Jesus is the son of God and he supposed to lead you to God. And I'm like, what? And then we just get in a whole debate. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole point is, it is all about perception, bro. Like, God just is. You know what I'm saying? God just is, bro. At this point, no matter what you try to put on God, God just is. And God is really just love. If you want me to be real, God is love. God ain't no being, no none of that. God is love. Everything you see is God. But people want to put titles and descriptions on God, when really, God just is, bro. Everything you see, you are God. This table right here is God. The background is God. The phone is God. Everything is God, bro. God cannot be specifically labeled or boxed in. Because the whole thing about all the Christian shit was made up. Because like I said, how you gonna be with God and have a word with God? Why is God speaking English? Why is God speaking to you? And how, I knew this shit was gonna turn on, but, and how, you see how it turned on right when I was saying that? Bro, I'm telling y'all, but look. And how you in his head knowing exactly what he said and why is he, but knowing exactly what he said, how he said it, and how he meant it. Even if he told you that, you still would never know exactly how he meant it and how he said it. Let there be light. Who was with God writing a book? And even if you wasn't with God, when God supposedly spoke to you, which was through you and for you, not for the whole world. Whatever you hear in your head is not for everybody. Like if God spoke to me right now and I just go, so say God said, for you, you need to have a season of isolation and connect with yourself and isolate from all type of people. So I just go and tell everybody that. Now everybody is isolating from everybody and all type of people. Do we even have a society anymore? Because God just told me, not told everybody else to isolate myself. But I went and told everybody that they got to isolate themselves because God told me that. But when God was speaking to me though, like you get what I'm saying? The whole point is, I'm not saying God ain't real. God is completely real. But it's the way that God is being portrayed. Even if you go with the Christian belief on that God is real too. And the devil they made real too. And you got to understand me when I say this. Anything that you put so much power into is brought to life. Because you are the spark of life. You spark and you give power to anything and everything that you see. You are what's the word? I don't know. The power surger, the energy, the whatever the fuck y'all want to call it, gang. Like you are it. You give power to life, to everything. Like anything that you say, it comes and it happens, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I did so many experiments. Nigga, I done spent days talking to myself in the mirror, all that type of shit, and it happens. You give power to everything around you. So if you think it is a demon or a devil, it is a demon and it is a devil. If you think it's a man in the sky, it's a man in the sky. Whatever you put so much power into, it will happen and it is real. So imagine collectively all of them people putting power into there is a man in the sky and there's a devil running around. So I mean that's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Collectively, we all have created this game and we forgot. And I know it sounds crazy. How did we create this? Why ain't nobody creating that now? Turn water into wine. Soon as you start speaking like that, that's the shit they gonna start. Man, you better Airbnb and all. We can do that shit though. You just gotta train for a long time to do that shit. But you really don't gotta train, but to master it and all that shit, you really can't. Oh my goodness. The whole point is we can do all that, most of the shit that you can even think of, but you just gotta really tap in with yourself and lock in with doing it. But the whole point is not doing all the magical bullshit, bro. You know what I'm saying? The whole point is just knowing that there is no supreme being, bro. There never was. And with spirituality, it's not about being perfect. Because you can't be perfect. Because even if you think that you being perfect, you still can't be the perfect way that that person wanted you to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Because even if, say, I got a sister and she wanted me to be this most perfect big brother and look protective and shit. Regardless of how I think that I'm being protective and shit, I would never be that perfect way that she want me to be because I would never know how perfect she would want me to be because I'm not her head to even perceive how she perceived perfect. You get what I'm saying? Because somebody can perceive perfect as me chilling, smoking a whole blunt right now. Somebody can perceive that as perfect. Somebody else can perceive as perfect as me getting straight A's and B's. Somebody else can perceive as perfect as me, anything you can even think of, bro. Perfect is determined by the person. And regardless, you just can't meet up to anybody's standards even if you tried. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless of anything that you do here, somebody is always going to criticize and not like it, or somebody will like it. Because I can get on the ground and do push-ups right now, and it could be 100 people in the room. It's still going to be people that don't want me to be on the ground doing push-ups. It's people that's going to be rooting for me. I'm just doing a simple task of getting on the ground doing push-ups, though. You know what I'm saying? It's like, regardless of anything you do, somebody is not going to like it and somebody is going to like it. Even if you was to put on a perfect act, somebody still is not going to like it and is going to like it. So what's the point of even not being you fully? Because somebody still is not going to like you not being you fully. And even if you try to act perfect, there's still going to be somebody that don't like that. So I'm like, at this point, bro, why not just do what the fuck I want? Like it don't matter anyway. Like, really think about it, bro. we all done had at some point, we probably did. At least at some point, you probably looked at somebody some way like, what the fuck is he doing? But the next day, you onto some whole other shit. You get what I'm saying? It's like you forget about that in a blink. Think about you as a person. If your body died, people is just gonna go on doing what the fuck they want to do. So it's like, why not just do what the fuck you want to do now? Like, why worry about opinions and all this other shit? It don't matter. Cause it's like, at some point, people is just gonna go on doing what the fuck they want to do. But first, love, you gotta love yourself. Second, authenticity, you gotta stay true to yourself. Third, elevation, you gotta keep going. But you know I'm be coming in with a lot of more videos, give you that push to empower yourself. Really take back your power. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. And I shake.